Okay, welcome to the Troy Planning Commission meeting for December 14th. Please call the roll.
Mr. Cappers.
Here.
Mayor.
Here.
Mr. Wolke.
Here.
Mr. Titterington.
Here.
Mrs. Mahan.
Here.
Mr. McGarry.
Here.
Mr. Forrest.
Full complement, good. We have disseminated to all the members our prior meeting minutes for November 9, 2016. Are there any additions, corrections, or deletions to those minutes? I have one. That portion that talks about the parks and open space, the minutes reflect that Mr. Cappers asked that a reference to a park and recreation master plan being proposed. I had recommended that it be deleted in the chapter 12. So with that change, any additional changes or modifications?
I'll move we approve as amended.
Any second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes stand accepted as amended. First matter to come before the Commission is a historic district application for 16 East Water Street. Does staff have a report?
Yes, Betsy Shell House has requested to reface an existing sign at that location. It's a current operating business, and they are changing the name, so it's a reface only. You do have a rendition of what the sign currently looks like and what the sign will be going to. It is computer generated, so the colors are as shown in your packet. Staff does recommend approval.
Any questions of staff? Does the Commission want to take action on the issue?
I move to approve.
Motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Second. Any further discussion? Mr. Second. Please call the roll.
Mayor.
Yes.
Mr. Wolke.
Yes.
Mr. Titterington.
Yes.
Mrs. Mahan.
Yes.
Mr. McGarry.
Yes.
Mr. Cappers.
Yes.
Unanimous.
Next, we have a historic district application for 111 East Main Street. The staff have a report.
We do. Courtney Bellotti is going to be opening a hair salon at this location. She has come to request a wall sign. It'll go above the entry door at this location, which this 111 East Main Street is just a couple of doors down from Kay's, same side of the street. The colors are tricorn black and linen white as shown in the rendition. She's allowed 30 square feet of wall and window signage. This sign will be 20, so she's below the maximum, and staff does recommend approval.
Any questions of staff?
Move for approval.
Is there support for the motion?
Second.
Support.
Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Mr. Wolke.
Yes.
Mr. Titterington.
Yes.
Mrs. Mahan.
Yes.
Mr. McGarry.
Yes.
Mr. Cappers.
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes.
Unanimous.
Next is the historic district application for 105 South Market Street. Staff's report, please.
Yes, this report reflects the fact that this awning sign was previously approved by the commission, but when this was approved, I want to say it was back in July, the color that was presented and approved at that time was Aruba blue. I noticed that it wasn't Aruba blue, and when the sign was up, it caught my eye. I checked the file, make sure that I was not seeing things. So what is there is now already installed, obviously, with the rendition you have in your packet. Staff has no issue with the color. We just wanted to bring it to Commission's attention so it could be approved in the event that we had a problem.
I didn't see a separate application.
There was not an application by the tenant here. This is something that staff has undertaken ourselves. A letter was sent to the tenant. I did not hear anything back, and in an effort to go ahead and just have this taken care of, since this was already installed, we chose to go ahead and present it.
Questions of staff?
Did they just indicate that they forgot, or?
I have had no contact back from them. I've been there a handful of times. They have odd hours. Each time I've gone, the door's been locked, no one's been there. I did forward a letter to the tenant at his residence, but I have not heard anything back.
So they changed from the pickle color to the Troy color.
I think that's kind of maybe what they did. So, and it actually, I don't know, that with the color of brick on that building, that red awning really doesn't look bad. I don't think, in my opinion. But
Yeah, it does good.
so,
Any action Commission would take?
Motion to approve.
Approval, is there support?
I'll support that.
Mr. McGarry seconded. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Mr. Titterington?
Yes.
Mrs. Mahan?
Yes.
Mr. McGarry?
Yes.
Mr. Cappers?
Yes.
Mayor?
Yes.
Mr. Wolke?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Okay, next we have a rezoning application for 214 South Mulberry Street. Staff have a report.
Yes, Keystone Real Estate Group has come before requesting this. If you're familiar with the location there on South Mulberry, this is going to be adjacent to where Habitat Humanity's office is located at the corner of Mulberry and Race. They're just to the north. All that area right now is zoned M2 light industrial. This request is to go to B2 general business. I have included in your packet the differences between the M2 and the B2. Staff does support this. This was something, I think, in that area that was attempted to be done in previous years unsuccessfully. And at this time, we have a new owner which has purchased this location, Tony Scott, from Dan Mader. And the current M2 does not fit with future plans, and that's why he is seeking this rezoning. Staff does support this, and due to the straightforward nature of this rezoning, do not feel that Planning Commission would need to hold a public hearing.
Okay, there are two issues before us. One is to whether or not we want to hold a public hearing. Let's say it's that.
Move that we not hold a public hearing at the Planning Commission level.
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion on that issue? Please call the roll and understand a yes vote is for not having a public hearing.
Mrs. Mahan?
Yes.
Mr. McGarry?
Yes.
Mr. Cappers?
Yes.
Mayor?
Yes.
Mr. Wolke?
Yes.
Mr. Titterington?
Yes.
Motion is passed. Planning Commission will not hold a public hearing.
Okay, next, the Planning Commission can recommend or not recommend to City Council the rezoning.
Would this constitute a spot zoning, since we're only rezoning one lot surrounded by a different zone?
To a degree, yes. But what I've done, each of the other property owners that are also zoned M2 contingent with this property, we have letters out to them, giving them the opportunity to do the same. And hopefully, after the first of the year and the holidays, we will have some of that back, and we'll be bringing the remainder of those properties to commission for the same rezoning.
If you look at all the adjacent property owners, they're actually, the uses are non-conforming in the M2 industrial district.
Okay.
We were hoping to present them all at once. However, we didn't want to hold up this application based upon the lack of response from the others.
So if they came in and they wanted to be B2, then they would become conforming uses?
Yes, they would, correct.
Any other questions of staff? Commission want to take action?
Recommend approval. Or recommendation to the
To council of
Council for
approval?
approval.
Okay. Is there a second to the motion?
Second.
The motion is second. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Mr. McGarry?
yes.
Mr. Cappers?
Yes.
Mayor?
Yes.
Mr. Wolke?
Yes.
Mr. Titterington?
Yes.
Mrs. Mahan?
Yes.
Motion is approved.
Next, we have the final plat for Halifax, Estates 2 and 3. Sections. Staff have a report.
Yes, we do. Thank you. Frank Harlow, who is in the audience here, is the owner of Halifax Land Company, LLC. Back in 2014, he was approved for a preliminary plan for Halifax Estates. That has gone underway, and he's completed, gotten most of the way down to Section 1. Is now asking for final plat approval for Sections 2 and 3. It's essentially 29 acres of land with 22 building lots. Sections 2 and 3 will both have 11 lots included with them. They range from approximately 40,000 square feet to 96,000 square feet. Dedication of right-of-way is requested, and actually in your packet it says 1.3906 acres. It is actually 2.8393 acres, so I wanted to make sure I got that for the minutes. And the roads in those sections will be Barrington Drive, Walton Court, and Halifax Drive. It is in conformance with the approved preliminary plan, and staff is recommending that you recommend approval to City Council.
Just a quick question, refresh my memory. set aside for parks and recreation, as
Yeah.
was addressed already.
Yeah, there's fees in the roof, yes.
Okay. Any other questions of staff?
Move for approval?
Second.
Motion to approve, and there's a second. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Mr. Cappers?
Yes?
Mayor?
Yes.
Mr. Wolke?
Yes.
Dr. Titterington?
Yes.
Mrs. Mahan?
Yes.
Mr. McGarry?
Yes.
Motion is approved.
Okay. Do we really want to get into this next item? Well, why don't we talk about the recommendation to City Council for an amendment of the zoning code for a citywide ban on cultivators and processors of medical marijuana? Does staff have a report?
We do, thank you. I won't read the entire report, hopefully you guys have read through it on your own. We will talk about that. Planning Commission did make a recommendation to City Council. At that point in time, it was to allow 5 marijuana retail dispensaries. There was a ban on cultivators and processors. It went through City Council, had several meetings. Council failed to take action, approval on recommendations. So it comes back before you. One of the things that I feel came out of the meetings is that Planning Commission feels that 0 is too few, and City Council feels like 5 was too many. So taking that in, staff is recommending, after looking at the city, we did attend a conference, the Planning and Zoning Conference last Friday. Pickle, Schaefer, and Evelyn put on a good presentation about, we call it the Scarlet and Gray Haze, which is about the medical marijuana use and what it can do, how it was scheduled, how the law was written. And based upon the information, we were recommending a maximum of 3 and that they be allowed in the B4 Highway Service Business District.
Have you received any feedback from any pharmacies or potential distributors?
We have not. Actually, when Jerry McDonald gave his presentation, he talked about how kind of the perception is that the big box stores, the Walgreens, the CVS's, most likely will not be participating in this sale, which, if you kind of look, is one of the reasons when we look at just the B4, Walmart is the only, I guess, pharmacy we currently have in that district. But knowing the information we know about how we think it's going to go, we didn't think that really came into play.
Just to be clear, for my sake, in all the discussions, whether it be here or council, we still clearly said no processing, no cultivation.
That's correct. That is
In every discussion, it's always been about the number of dispensaries. Is that correct? Tim?
That's correct, yes.
I just want to make sure that everybody heard the same thing I thought I was hearing.
Okay, this is one of those two-port things. Do we want to have a public hearing at this stage?
Move that we now have a public hearing at this stage.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, any further discussion on that issue? Okay, please call the roll and understand that a affirmative response is not to have a public hearing.
Mayor?
Yes.
Mr. Wolke?
Yes.
Mr. Titterington?
Yes.
Mrs. Mahan?
Yes.
Mr. McGarry?
Yes.
Mr. Cappers?
Yes.
Motion is adopted. Planning Commission will not hold a public hearing.
Okay, next is the recommendation, lack of recommendation, whatever you want to do, of City Council consideration. We previously recommended no processing or cultivating within the city limits and up to 5 retail dispensaries. We have now heard staff report to say, yeah, that's all okay, except the dispensary numbers is limited to 3.
Actually, it's a little more involved than that, isn't it, Tim? It was 5 in 3 zoning districts.
Correct.
Now, we're talking about 3 in the highway business
Correct,
district.
just one zoning district.
And since I've heard all of the discussion as well as the council committee and at the council meeting, one of the concerns and the reason that they wanted to go, or some of them wanted to go from 3 zoning districts down to 1 is that the highway district keeps it away from neighborhoods, keeps it away from the downtown, really segregates it, but still allows some limited dispensing. Is that?
That's correct what I got from City Council as well.
Any further discussion?
I guess if this weren't really just an academic exercise, since I don't think anybody's going to touch this. I would dig my heels in a little harder, but in this case, I'll go along with the recommendation of staff.
Is that a motion?
Yeah.
There's a motion to go ahead and approve the recommendation of staff to recommend it at the city council.
I'll second that.
And there's a second. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Mr. Wolke?
Yes.
Mr. Titterington?
Yes.
Mrs. Mahan?
Yes.
Mr. McGarry?
Yes.
Mr. Cappers?
Yes.
Mayor?
Yes.
Unanimous
The next
recommendation.
matter on the agenda is the appointment to the Community Reinvestment Area Housing Council for a term of 2 years beginning January 1, 2017. Our own Dee Mahan had been on that for some time. I understand that she wouldn't mind doing it again, my understanding. And Mr. Wilkie, you had wanted to make a motion to that effect, didn't you?
Oh, absolutely.
And your motion is to appoint Dee Mahan for another 2-year term.
That is the motion.
That's right.
I would be happy to second
And
that.
Mr. Beamer seconded that motion. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Mr. Titterington?
Yes.
Same pay?
Oh, I was going to negotiate.
Mrs. Mahan,
Yes.
100% right?
Mr. McGarry?
Yes.
Mr. Cappers?
Yes.
Mayor?
Yes.
Mr. Wolke?
Yes.
It is approved.
Thank you, Dee. Next, we have disseminated in front of us the Chapter 8 for the Transportation and Immobility. Did you want to mention anything about this, Mr. Davis?
Yes, thank you. I just want to mention that there was a lot of changes in this section. One of the things we included was our Complete Streets program that we wanted to kind of roll out, so that is in here as well. We did a lot of updates with ODOT concerning roads, definitions, things of that nature, and how you rate those, so you'll find that in there. And hopefully it's not boring, it's interesting ready for you.
And when will this be back before the commission?
We'll discuss it at the next meeting, and I know it's right now it'll be the 28th of December, assuming we have a quorum.
Let's talk about the next meeting. Thank you, Mr. Davis. Next meeting.
Before we get to the next meeting,
Yeah, go ahead, please, Mr. Tippington.
I'd like to hear about
Thank you very much.
the packet that you gave us. Isn't there a map on complete streets?
Yeah, it should
Is that in
be
here?
included in the packet.
I see the 2 thoroughfare maps, but we're 8-1 and 8-2.
It needs to be.
Absolutely, that.
Did I
See,
catch
what we were trying to do was see if you guys could actually read it. So you did catch me there.
I just got it.
We just got it.
We already got it.
I will go ahead and make sure you guys all get that up on your laptop, the packet.
An email copy would be fine for me.
Okay.
That's for me.
Do you have this in a Word program by any chance?
Yes, we do.
Could you email me a copy?
I'll just email it to everybody that would work.
The entire packet. That way we
Okay.
can make comments to it.
I would
Perfect,
defer.
yeah.
You can email my Word copy to Mr. Cappers. I trust that he will wordsmith it
Okay.
thoroughly.
Thank you. Does staff have anything else to come before the commission?
I know we don't think you.
Commission have anything else they want to discuss?
You brought up a meeting for the next meeting.
Yeah, let's talk about the next meeting. December 28th. Who will not be here?
That'll be Wednesday. I won't be here.
It looks like we don't have a quorum.
May not, no.
What kind of action do you have?
We actually
anything on the
don't
schedule?
have any, Shannon, or Gwen, have you received any applications? The only thing we would have would be if we were able to, going back to the rezoning, if we got committal from them, but there would be no rush on that, so if we had to wait, we could wait.
Actually, I do have an application. It's for a house on West Franklin Street that was painted without approval. It can wait another to the next meeting,
week
the
in
first
January.
meeting in January.
Even if we
It's
said
already
no,
done.
They
so-
can't repaint it right now anyway.
Exactly. So it's more of a paperwork thing. So
Okay, we will not have a meeting on December 28th then.
So the next one.
So you'll look forward to going with us too.
And the next meeting after that will be when?
Before you're back. Be the second Wednesday of January, which would be about About the 11th or so.
The 12th.
Be the 11th?
Around the 11th, I said, well, I almost did you there. I'm sorry.
Let's do that. January 11th, okay?
All right.
Anything else to discuss?
I just wanted to mention there was a number of us in this forum here that did go to the Miami Valley Planning and Zoning Workshop. I think we divided and conquered. We took care of a lot of different seminars, and they were all, I found, the ones I went to were very interesting. And I just mentioned that we did have good participation from the people around here, and I think we'd all agree that there was some value to us being there, being seen, and hearing from some experts.
Good. Anything else? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Mr. Terrapin,
Second.
Mrs. Mayhem, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Stand adjourned.